Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged.
Hey, how you doing? Officer Moore of HPD. End up getting a call, I guess, about your two vehicles, and one's a Charger and the other one's under a Ford. When essentially the Charger is parked too close to the stop sign. So essentially people are calling about that one.
Well, Ford's technically fine, but you know, it's one of those things where if something comes around.
Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So what you just saw was the neighbors calling the police on me again. Try to get out of the wind here. You see the pod is right where it's supposed to be. I put it in the driveway, and for all the people who made comments, I did that the very next day. I had pod come out and do it. So it's not like I was trying to not be in compliance or trying to do anything wrong. But this time, and it's gonna get a little windy here guys, sorry. The thing that they complained about was, if you recall from the last video, I got home from Dallas and I parked the Charger there, and I parked it there because my wife's car was in the driveway and there was contractors coming over at night to put some stuff in the garage. So that's where that went. So I parked the Charger there. Apparently this is like the only time there's probably maybe one other time ever I've parked the Charger there. I usually park it in the driveway or in the front of the house here, mostly in the driveway though. So apparently they called not about the Charger, but the Accord. So for all the people that were saying that the pod took up more room than the Accord, it's just whoever doesn't want my car parked here. And that's what they complained about. But fortunately for me, it's completely legal to park here. As you see, I have it close to the curb, and the rule is it has to be 20 feet from a crosswalk, not an intersection. The police said intersection, but that's not what it is. It's crosswalk. And this is not a crosswalk. The definition of a crosswalk, and I'll flash this all on the screen, but the definition of a crosswalk is a painted crosswalk area, like a designated crosswalk area with lines and everything, not just this little divot in the ground. That does not constitute a crosswalk. So this is completely fine to park here. Even if that were the case, I am 20 feet from the intersection, so I am fine. So this is completely legit, but they said that the neighbors didn't like it. So they said it was up to me if I wanted to move it. But the Charger was parked illegally because it wasn't more than 30 feet from a stop sign. Okay, it's a little cold outside, coming inside, came in the car. So I went ahead and I moved both cars, but I told the police that you know, whoever made this complaint, and hopefully they're gonna watch the video, my car's not illegally parked. Like, if you just don't like where I'm parking it, then you need to talk to me about it and ask me if I can park it somewhere else. Just constantly calling the police can only do something within compliance of the law. And right now my Accord is parked completely legal, so I'm not moving it. I mean, I'm going to drive it every once in a while. I'm not doing any problems. Now, I know a bunch of people are going to say like, oh, you're a dick to your neighbors and all that, but I'm not. Like, this is the front of my house. Like, just because maybe some people come around the corner dangerously or something doesn't mean I can't park my vehicle in front of my house. Typically I have a garage that we park the vehicles in, and we park vehicles in the driveway, but my house flooded, and that's what all this junk is over there. That's all stuff from Hurricane Harvey. And there was a lot of comments on, oh, the hurricane was 5 months ago. Well, I'm sorry that my schedule on where my house is repaired doesn't fit with what some people like. Just one note, in this neighborhood, because of the shape of the slant of the whatever, my house got more flooded than pretty much every other house on the block, except for my immediate neighbor next door. And he moved out and hasn't moved back in. It's still under construction. I'm working on it, and it's getting there. And once that's done, I will probably not be parking my car in the front of the house, or I might be. I mean, it's completely my prerogative. I mean, I can park my car wherever I want, and I essentially refuse to, you know, vacate the parking spot just because somebody around here doesn't like it, especially when they're not willing to come talk to me about it for whatever reason. Right now, the Accord's going to stay there, and I won't park across the street because I never do that anyway. I just wanted to park it there because I didn't want to drive it. For those of you who are on the last video, I put a Pro Charger in this Scat Pack here, and it was having some problems during a trip I took to Dallas. I'm from Houston, so it was like a 600-mile trip. So I just parked it, and I was going to leave it parked until Monday when I can get with my shop to straighten out the tune. So that's where we're at. Clearly someone just doesn't like me or whatever, but you know, no one talked to me about it. They're just calling the police, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, this is a nice neighborhood. It's not like, you know, there's no crime around here or anything like that. It's a really nice neighborhood. You know, I don't do anything bad. I'm quiet. I don't do anything bad. I'm like a good guy. Like no controversy or cops being called on anything else. Like this is actually the only 2 times in my life that the cops have ever come to my house. So I'm pretty above board as far as being a nuisance or anything like that. There's nothing of that sort. It's just a matter of someone wanting to be a bully and kind of dictate what someone does. Now, I will grant the pod was parked there illegally, or it's not allowed to be. And that actually, the verdict is still out on that, on whether or not you're allowed to park it there. But I don't really care. I was fine moving it. I could see where, you know, given the size of it and everything, it's a kind of I just wish somebody would have come and talked to me instead of calling the police. But it is what it is. But just this situation here kind of shows that it's not just the pod. It's someone, I don't want to say harassing me, but just doesn't like me and wants to call the police on me. You know, it is what it is. It happens. And this is actually the first time it's ever happened to me. So since we're out here, let's go ahead and start up the Charger and see if it starts correctly. I haven't started it since last night when I moved the car. The other issue with someone calling the police, or the police coming, that was particularly irritating to me. I don't know if you saw the watermark on the video. Police came over here at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, 11 o'clock. My kids were asleep. My kids saw that there were police here. They were scared. They didn't know what was going on. Like there was just no reason for them to come at 11 o'clock. And I asked them about that, and they said, well, we just come when we can. You know, there was nothing else going on. I'm not mad at the cops. They're just doing their job. But, you know, the situation certainly doesn't make me want to do favors in where I park my cars to the neighbors just because they'll call the police. You know, I'm in compliance with the law now, and I don't plan on making any changes. Whether or not that makes anyone happy, that's not my fault. You know, if someone wants to come cordially talk to me, maybe we can work out a compromise, but we're not there right now. So let's start this beast up and see how it performs. So it looks like that's at least starting fine. So I think maybe maybe I'll be able to drive it to the shop. But anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Just a pilot in his cockpit seated. Black leather on his ass, keep a hustler heated. Weed is engaged in the pavement. Brother escorts like I'm seeking arrangement. the gas. Escalate the gauges, escalate hits on the can.